Windsor. We flew into Barcelona Airport early today. A couple of hours drive to actually get to here. Fortunately, it was still light when we arrived, so we managed to get a look down at the river. We've seen some fish show already, so, you know, fingers crossed. We know where they are for tomorrow morning. We'll get a nice early start and hopefully we'll catch a few fish. This is where we're staying, so I'll take you in and you can have a look round inside. Step this way. Right, it's got 5 twin rooms in here. So we've got a downstairs one, we've got a nice kitchen, we've got a toilet down here.
Hey, up it's Judith Chalmers.
Here we go, here's the living room. As you can see, all the lads are busy getting rigs tied and doing all sorts of manner of things. Fishy-wise, that is, of course. All right, then up the stairs, we've got another 4 bedrooms, one there, one left and right, bathroom and shower. So there you have it, nice little place. So I'm going to get back down there, tie a few more rigs up, and we'll see you on the bank in the morning.
Crank it up.
Well, it's day one. We've been here for about an hour or so. We've just cast from the bank for now. Our guide, Ash from Catmaster Tours, is back now. So he's brought the boat with him. So we're going to get all the rods sorted and boat them all out. There's been a couple of guys on here, this area, for the last couple of days. This is the Ebro point. They've done really well and they've had fish to over 40 pounds. So fingers crossed, we'll have a bit of the same action, a bit of luck. So let's get those rods out and get on with it.
Crank it up.
Well, it's taken a little while, but we are into the first fish of the session, so fingers crossed this one hits the net. We're a long way out, so it's going to take me some while to get it back in. It's funny, we've just been seeing a few fish show out there, and the bites come from that area.
Yes, Stephen.
Come on, I'm the old spurgeonator.
Is it true you didn't use the bait boat for this?
Well, not a remote control one anyway. Just trying to keep it away from Tom's lines. Yeah, they're pumped, baby.
Yeah,
The guns are up. Well, the fish is getting in close now. Andy's going to get down there with a net to try and net. I'm going to stay up there because we've got a real drop off on the shelf there, so I need to keep the line up and away from that. I've got a heavy leader on anyway, just in case, but we're just going to play it safe. He's working his way over the top of the shelf at the moment. Well done, Mr. Maker. Well, hey! Hey! Pressure's off me. You all right, Ed? Cheers, mate. You all right? Well done, Ed. Well, there it is. First one of the trip. Not the biggest Ebro carp, but a fish nevertheless. Nice double there. You can see how long he is, the size of his fins. Can you imagine one of them at 40 pound plus? But that'll do for a start anyway. Let's get it back.
Feels absolutely enormous. Right, we've just seen Steve have one. It's my turn now. Fishing quite a long way out, so they do take a bit of time to get them in. Oh, and this one's kited round to the right a bit, which is quite a snaggy area, so you've got to keep the rod up in the air, keep it coming in. The leader knot's just coming in now, so I'm going to concentrate because I can see a shape and it's quite big. Yeah. So let's see what we can do. But this is extreme fishing. It looks absolutely massive. It's huge.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it's a chunk. It's a 20, it's a good 20, it might be bigger.
Well, I've just been told it's only a 20.
It's not a good 20.
My heart's going like proper. It's getting close now. First fish from a new waterwell river. So, trying to get it in. So deep down in front, when they come in, all they're trying to do is just hook back over the shelf and trying to shed the hook as much as they can. So just keep the pressure on, keep the rod up. Got a braided leader on anyway, so that'll take most of it. Should it rub on rocks? There he is, look. Oh, that's a bad boy coming, isn't it? Ain't a mid-20 that, I know. Is it? That ain't a mid-20, come on Ash. Right, weeds on my line, so I've got to walk back. Louis gonna net it, the first Ebro carp. Yeah. Lou, yes! Yes! That's awesome. Cheers, Steve. Sally, all this way, tipped it off with a bit of plastic, fantastic. Well, there it is, the first River Ebro carp, all 30 pound 12 ounces of it. Really hard fighting, and you can see why. Size of the fins on these, they really are built for the river. Give me a bit of grief in the margin, but nice big hook, we got it in. Awesome.
Right, I'll just talk you through the hook length arrangement I'm using. Starting off with the swivel end. As you can see, there's a loop there, so I use that to a quick change swivel. Anti-tangle sleeve. And there's about 10 inches of Cortex there in 35 pound in the matte brown finish. Going down to that, you can see it's slightly stripped there for a little bit of movement. Nothing fancy, nothing too sophisticated. I've got a liner on sleeve there just to kick it out. On the hook front, we're all using big, strong hooks. This is a Curo S1 in a size 2, so super strong. We're using between us XSCs, SSBPs, but again, big sizes, big hooks, strong, and that is the order of the day on here. What I've done here, obviously we're using pre-jeweled pellets, these are large 22mm ones, and I've topped it off with half a pop up there. To keep that from moving around, because obviously the hole in the pellet is big, I've just cut down a piece of anti-tangle sleeve and pierced that on the hair, and that stops that obviously rattling around on there and moving about. So again, simple, strong, and just effective. It will just turn every time and nail them. So there it is. Oh, you're in, mate. Go on, son. He might cheer up now.
Well, I'm feeling a little bit sorry for myself today because I've got quite a bit of flu on and I've been coughing a lot, and so I apologise now if I cough whilst I'm talking to you, but yeah, so it's been quite a slow morning, and then Steve and Tom have both had fish in quick succession, which picked the morale up quite a bit, and just having a bite to eat and contemplating whether to redo my rods for the afternoon. And yeah, my left-hand rod has just registered a drop back, a real savage drop back. I'm using 8-ounce inline leads, and they're coming off right on the take. So it's the leads ejected straight away. It's given me a big drop back. I've just wound up the slack and lifted into the fish. So a bit of pressure here because Tom's just said it looks massive, which is always helpful when you hooked your first fish of a trip for the camera.
Oh, no.
Does look all right. Got Mr. Spurgeon on the net waiting. Nice Ebro common. Leads off. Big mouth, big pellet hanging out.
Go on, Luke.
Come on, Spurgey, get it in the net, baby.
Go on, Lewis.
Go on, Spurgey, get it under the net. That's in, that's in, that's in. Come on!
Well done, Lewis. Well done, mate.
It's a fat one.
30 all day long there.
Whew. Suddenly I feel a little bit better and my flu doesn't feel anywhere near as bad. Right, let's lift her up and show her to the cameras. Oh. Angry, dorsal up, tail kicked around. Come on. Straighten yourself out. Come on. Here we go. That is one angry Ebro river fish. 38 pounds of pure fighting machine. First fish for me of the trip, third one of the day. You know, it is important to stress we're fishing as a team, all four of us on this session. We're helping each other out with positioning the rods, landing the fish, the weigh-in, everything. You know, we're all watching the water and tipping each other off when we're seeing fish show. So it's nice to be involved with this and enjoy this sort of fishing in the middle of December. It's Christmas in only a few days' time, and that's the best Christmas present you could ask for. Awesome, let's get her back. So put the 38 pound common back and now getting the rod back out in position. As you can see, I'm on the land holding the rod. Mr. Spurgeon is effectively my human bait boat. Go left! Mr. Spurgeon is my human bait boat. There's a spot out at about 150 yards that I found earlier in the session, and as Steve's a more competent rower than what I am, and prefers to be on the water more than I do, he's tasked with the job of putting the rigs back out on the money. So he's just battling against the wind and rowing it back out there. Bit further. So Steve's just getting close to the area now where that fish came from. He's simply going to just position the lead and the PVA bag of pellet over the side of the boat. He'll shout me to let me know he's ready to drop. I'll feel it down, tighten it up and get it back on the buzzer. Right, Steve's just got to the spot. He's going to now get me to tighten my line up so that it's off the surface and directly to the boat. He's then going to lower the rig over the side with a PVA bag of some pellets. And he'll chuck about... Ready? He'll chuck a couple of handfuls of pellets over the top. We're not fishing with loads of free bait. We're acting on the advice of Ash and Colin, who run the fishing out here for Catmaster, and they're saying literally just a couple of handfuls of pellets at this time of year. So that's how we're fishing, and it's got us 3 bites so far today, so can't grumble. And just tightening it up. I'm using an 8-ounce lead, and you can really crank down tight, taking all the stretch out of the mono, because the flow on this river is so strong at times when the dam's open. It can put a real old bow in your line. So we're really cranking it down and taking every little bit of stretch out of the line, pulling it right down tight to that 8-ounce Klingon lead. I'm fishing with a very tight clutch as well, because if the clutch is too loose with the flow picking up on your line, it will just tick line off the spool and your line will end up upstream and you'll just be getting loads of bleeps and poor indications. So we're cranking it down as tight as we can. Got these swingers with the weight as set to its heaviest setting as well, so it's all about putting as much tension on this line as possible. So as soon as the fish picks up the rig, we get some indication. And what happened on that bite is it's picked up the rig, shake of the head, the inline lead drop-off systems work to treat, the lead's off, That's then given me a load of slack line because the stretchers then all come out of the line like a coiled spring. I had a really savage drop back, got to the rod, wound up the slack, made contact with the fish, and for me that's perfect way of fishing on this river and maximising the bite indication with the setup that we've got. So the alarm's on and we're fishing. Steve's making his way back to shore. We've got about a couple of hours of light left. We're going to fish on until about 6, 7 o'clock this evening, so hopefully day one will finish with a 40, but hey, if we don't get a bigger one, we're happy, that's for sure.
You're in, Steve? Yeah, he's in.
Well, Mr. Spurgeon has literally just got back to the shore in the boat having dropped my rod, and his rod's away. You're right there, Steve. You sound a little bit out of breath.
I've just run back.
Do we have a registered first aider on Ebro Point? As you can see, Steve is about 20 yards further up the bank than where his rods was positioned when he hooked the fish, and that's because these fish, quite often when they're hooked, they just go with the flow of the river upstream. So he's buddy up the rods. So far so good, he hasn't taken me or Tom out. Still a chance that he might take Andy Maker out.
Just got to go with the flow.
Yeah, you do have to go with the flow, Tom, thanks.
Oh, hello.
It's another small fish.
Yeah,
It's another small fish. Steve has unfortunately hooked another small fish, a yak mandu, as they are known in this part of Spain. Stocked by a man from Kathmandu. Teamwork this. 1 minute.
There we go. Get the net down, Luke.
What do you reckon, Lee? Good 20, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not as big as my fish.
No. Obviously, of course it isn't.
But as we are a team, you know, I think that's a great team result.
Well, there you go. It's number 4 for the team for the day. £31, proper gnarly looking river carp. It looks like it's seen a bit of action, been battered around a few times this one, but still nice fish to catch. And a River Ebro PB for me, so get a few photos of her, get her back. Still time for 1 or 2 more for the team, yeah? Great.
Well, day one's come to a close on the fishing front. We've had a good first day. We've had 4 fish between us, up to just over £38 and 330s in total. So we're more than pleased with that. Hopefully day 2 will be just as good. So we're going to get out now and have a meal in the local town. So we'll see you on the bank tomorrow, first thing, bright and early. Well, it's day 2. We're back in the point swim on the Ebro. We managed to get the rod sorted a little bit better today than we did yesterday. It was a little bit of a disaster at the start, but today it's all gone to plan. They've been out there a couple of hours, and I'm fortunate enough to get the first bite of the day. So fingers crossed, it's a good one. It's a £20 anyway. It's a £20, isn't it?
It's a £20, isn't it?
There we go.
Here he goes, look.
Ready, Mr. Maker?
Go on, Steve.
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 Go on, Steve. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Ed. From one old timer to another. Look, there you go.
The Grand Fromage, isn't it?
See, man, someone. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. You're right, Tom. It's really hard, isn't it, to get them down?
Steve's just had one, so it's looks like it could be all kicking off this morning. There's fish showing everywhere. Keep it under plenty of pressure. Not so much flow this morning either. Oh, he's got a double bite. Come on. Yeah, it is a double, yeah. Go on, mate, have it, yeah. Here we go. It's taken about 15 minutes, but we've managed to pull this one in from about 200 yards. And while I was playing it, the other rod's gone off as well. Tom's got one as well. That's 3 bites on the trot. Well, I just said we had. I've just had a double bite. So while Tom's playing the fish on my other rod, he's actually got a bite as well. Ah! Oh, hell's breaking loose. Who said about 8 runs going off? Right, moving on from the triple bite. Lewis has now got a carp on, hence the camera's come out the water now and out the boat, because we've got rods going off everywhere and we're a tad short-handed in the net to run ratio at the moment. But this is awesome, absolutely awesome. Go on, son. She's in. Has it got your other line? You got one on there? Oh, Christ, yours is ripping. How's that? Over you go, sunshine. Happy days. Here we go, look. On the Ebro, it's kicking off this morning. Spent all day yesterday for 4 fish. So far, we've got veteran of carp angling, Steve Spurgeon. He's just had a 30. My dad, he's had a double take, he's got 2. I've just landed one. And if you look behind me, the big man that is Al Potter, he's into one as well. So we're having it.
We've got some absolute chaos going off here. I'm sure the other guys have probably already explained what's gone on, but we've had 4 takes in about 5 minutes. It's just chaos. I was actually rowing the boat out a little bit with the cameraman in so he could get some really nice shots looking back at the swim of Andy playing the fish. Then Andy had another bite, so Tom's playing that one. Then Tom's had a bite, and then I've had a bite. So we've had to quickly get back onto the shore and get the rod and the fish, which is now snagging me solid on the shelf. I need the boat again. Steve, need the boat. Yeah. The fish, which has absolutely run me ragged. I've already had to get in the boat to nip round the side of a tree that's on the point because the fish had gone down the flow so much, and it's 10 yards from the bank, has gone solid on something on the shelf, I'm guessing. There's no point trying to pull its head off now. Steve's going to just nip the boat back round and we'll go out on the boat and see if a different line angle will free it from the shelf. I could make myself look really silly here because it feels massive and it's run me ragged, and if this turns out to be a small fish, then full credit to these Ebro fish, because they are obviously a different creature to the lake fish that we play back in England. It feels really big, and yeah, I'm hoping we can get it in.
very annoying.
Crank it up.
Well, unfortunately, I lost the fish out to the snag, put the rod down on the buzzer for 20 minutes, but nothing gave, and in the end, managed to put some pressure on it, and it gave way. But luckily, I managed to get the rig back, so the fish isn't left trailing any line, which is good. The boys, however, they managed to get their fish in, and a couple of them are really special. Tom's is proof that the Ebro future's nice and secure. But first up, Tom's dad, also known as Andy Maker. How big was this one, And?
£36 on the nose, mate.
First ever Ebro carp,
Yep.
£36.
Well chuffed.
Tom's, nice little double there. And Mr. Spurgeon on the end, £34, 5 ounces. It's only 10 days until Christmas. And if ever there was proof of some fantastic fishing and the service on offer from Catmaster Tours, this and the action we've had this morning speaks volumes.
Right, well, as you can imagine, fishing a river of this size, the conditions are pretty harsh. Where our hook baits are 35 foot deep, just off the rod tips there, we've got a really steep shelf, pretty similar to what I'm sitting on here. Basically, we're using two lines of attack. Lewis is using the inline drop-off setup, purely because his leads are 8 ounces and that's all he's got. So he's got the larger lead, inline drop-off. What that does, as you'll all know, the bung comes out of the end. That then allows the insert at the top to pull free and the lead's free. So perfectly safe way of fishing, but with a larger lead. Moving on, the lead arrangement that me, Dad and Steve are using is a traditional lead clip. We brought 5 ounce gripper lead. That's perfectly all right when there's not a lot of flow, but with it being a hydro dam, during the course of the day when people are using electricity, the water starts flowing. So this lead clip allows us to change and put 2 5 ounce should the flow pick up. As I said, you can see that both of the systems drop the lead. With the shelf that we've got in front of us, you don't want to be losing fish on the shelf. There's no excuse to be losing fish. One thing just to mention, although we've got mono line on, the shock leaders that we're using are armadillo, which is a braid. So should they rub on the shelf, you've got a lot more abrasion resistance on the braid, so the fish are up and they're free. And you've probably seen every fish we've landed hasn't had the lead attached, and we've had no problems at all. So they're the lead setups we're using. Hopefully they carry on and we get a few more.
He's only gone and got the biggest of the trip.
39.2.
39.2.
Hey, well done. Not far off, mate.
Well done.
Picked him.
Hoo-wee! Okay, this is the third fish of the day. Best fish of the day as well. Goes £39, 2 ounces. Had it on a halibut pellet tipped with a half a pineapple pop-up. A method that Steve used yesterday to great success. So we put the troubles of yesterday behind us, and we're all fishing far more effectively now. And I think this is the 11th fish of the trip now, so it's all going well. Just rowing out there to reposition one of Tom's rods. The fish has started showing slightly more to the right, so we're going to reposition his right hand rod. And if you can see, I've got the lead and the rig trapped in my boot, the hook link and the PVA bags in the bucket with the free offerings. That's the signal from Tom. This is where he wants to put his bait. I'll just remove the rig from the foot. Right, flow's picked up slightly now, so we're just going to clip an extra lead on quite a long way out, probably a couple of 100 yards out here. So we're just going to fix another lead on there. Just push the clip on. See the PVA bag's ready to go. Just straighten ourselves up a bit. Right, tighten it up. Right, just lower this over the side. Right, it's away. Just literally 10 pellets scattered, maybe a dozen in the area. Like I say, we're only after one bite, and that's more than enough for December to get out one bite. Okay, let's go back to the bank.
Right, this is waited a while for this one after an early bite, but it looks like another good fish. It's got in that flow. That's been hard work getting it back. Probably hooked it about 200 yards out. It really is having a go. Just over the other side of the shelf now, keeping him high up in the water there. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. It's a good fish. That is a unit.
That's nice, Steve.
Yeah, that's nice. We like that. Certainly fought harder than anything else I've hooked so far. So, oh, he's right near that ledge. Just gonna get round. I'm trying to get round here, mate, because it's right down by that ledge. Look, it's trying to. Go on, Ant. Get it in, mate. That is a lump, mate. Get it in, get it in. Go on, go on. Yes, mate. Woo! That's a chunk, mate. Hey, Parker. Woo. Oh man, blown away, what a fish. No idea at the moment. It's looking, oh, it looks mid-40. Yeah, looking at that, it's much bigger than I was expecting. I mean, it felt a chunk on there, but even I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be another 30. But, right. Oh mate, look at that. What a beast. And that is proper made the trip for me. Oh, go for it.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
44. £2
Oh man. well pleased with that. Well.
A nice one.
One of the old ones.
What did Tom say? Go on, get a 40.
Well, look at that. £44 plus. I mean, we've had a great trip already. We knew these fish were in here. I don't think any of us really expected to catch one like this. We've had some fantastic action already, but this just made the trip just blown away. Fantastic. You just don't care if you catch anything after you catch them like this. Brilliant. Woohoo! Cheers again, mate. Oh, wicked. Wicked. Cheers, Andy.
Well, this might be the last one of day 2. We've only got about an hour left now, but what a day it's been. All of us have had action. Andy's finished it here by the looks of things with a 38 pounder. It's really one for the veterans today. We've showed those young guns how to do it, because you can't buy experience, can you, Ed?
You can't.
So there you go, what a day. Roll on day 3, cracking. Well, it's day 3, and it looks like day 3's starting like we ended day 2 with fish. So we've probably had the rods in the water about an hour. We've got them boated out in the dark. It's just getting light now, or it is just light. And yeah, I'm playing this one, and hard to say, they'll feel good out in the river, but certainly feels like it's a reasonable size. I've never actually used these rods before coming out here. These are the 13-foot 3.5 Warriors, but I've been so impressed with them. They're lovely for playing fish under the tip. You seem to get that extra bit of cushion with that extra foot. Ain't too shabby, is he? Well done, Lou Dog. Get him in there. Woohoo! First one of the day on day 3. Lou, so you reckon you got a cat, mate?
Well, either that or the Ebro Carp have had their Weetabix this morning.
That's the first one I've really seen pulling back.
At that range?
Yeah. I don't know, what do you reckon? Andy's
Mr.
in
Mate
as well.
was in over my shoulder there.
Mr. Mate,
I
that's
dunno.
a great TV programme too.
No, that's a carp, mate.
I was really confident of a bite on this spot. When we were dropping it earlier, I turned to you, didn't I, Steve? I
Yeah.
said, that's on the dance floor.
Yeah, without a doubt. You said that looks good actually on the dance floor, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did see a few carp.
And you said to me, I remember you saying to me, Steve, you said, I bet you look good on the dance floor.
I did.
Yeah, look, there's one just cut a move on the floor now, look.
Yeah.
You said, I bet you look good on the dance floor, but you don't know what you're looking for, didn't you? I'm looking for an Ebro Carp, Steve.
Yeah, I'm looking for a 44.
That's away.
God, look, it's exactly like yesterday, isn't it?
Crank it up. Up. Crank it up.
Well, the same as yesterday morning, around 9 o'clock it has kicked off to some tune. Lewis's one is £37. My one's just under £31. It has been absolute carnage. Tom, who's chosen the casting route, we're all doing ours by boat, but he's chosen to cast his rigs out, has got an absolute stunning common. Very, very large fish in the sack as we speak.
These fish are mental.
Absolutely.
Look at them. Absolute stunners. Size of the Darrell Pecks on this. Absolute machines. They run you ragged. It's awesome fishing. I'm coming back.
Yeah, I'm coming.
If you want to get winter action, come to the Ebro. Come with Catmaster Tours, because there ain't nothing better out there. It's awesome.
And believe you me, you don't have to be as young as him to catch them. Me and Steve have cracked it, mate, and we're still standing. Get on the Ebro.
Let's get these back and find out how big Tom's is, because it's even bigger than these.
It's bigger than these.
Just 40 watt. God, bloody hell.
It's 40, mate. Yeah, 43. Hang on.
5.
It looks about.
43.5.
It looks 43.5. I'll go along with that. It's what it's
Yeah.
settled on. Yeah,
Okay.
43.5, mate. Yeah. It's 3 times it's settled down. It's 43.5.
Biggest ever common.
Well done, Tom. Well done
Cheers,
again,
Steve.
mate. Awesome.
Proper.
There you go then. For those of you that aren't that confident using a boat, this fish here, I had a couple yesterday, just chucking single pellets to show him fish. I know it's a massive river, 600 yards wide, and you give it your biggest cast and it looks like it's going nowhere. But this just proves that by casting about, the fish are still there to be caught. This one as well, biggest ever common I've had, 43 1/4, absolutely over the moon. And as we keep saying, only 10 days till Christmas, so what more can you ask for? Awesome.
I've got good fish on here. I mean, we've only been fishing a few hours. This has been the 9th one between us this morning. So it's really got off. At the moment there's fish weighing in slings, nets, just gone mad. So, but this is without doubt the hardest fighting one I've hooked since I've been here. I've had it in close already a few times. It's been up and down the shelf there, but there, oh, it's a good fish. Certainly looks at least a high 30. Man, I just don't want to give up. It's got to be getting tired now. Got to be. Here we go. Come on, Gil. Call it a day. Still not quite ready, it's getting there.
40 pounder in it.
Definitely a high 30, I would say, mate. Well done, Tom. Nice one, mate. Whoo, hey. Yeah, nice fish. Whew. That's made me arms ache.
Massive. It's got to be 47, 48.
Man, that is a serious unit.
It's gutty as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's deep. Barrel, isn't it? Look at that.
Look at the width on that thing.
Man, it's going to beat me up a bit, this one, I think.
Wider than your wallet, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, really. What a mint fish as well. He's going to beat me up, I reckon.
Yeah, 47,
Oh.
48, no. 40,
Shallow, is
yeah,
it?
it's 48, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 4, 48, 4.
Well, hey,
Brilliant.
well, Steve. Well,
Brilliant.
Stephen.
Cheers.
And the old boy.
Come on.
One for the old ones.
Well, I was blown away yesterday. I'm even more blown away today. Again, a bit lost for words. What a fish. What a scrap as well. It's fought harder than any of the others. Started to come in quite easy at that range, but I got it in within about 30 yards and it just didn't want to know. It stayed deep. All the others had hit the surface after dumping the lead. So I thought it was going to be something a little bit better, but again, I wasn't expecting that. What a fishing trip it's been. Can't wait to come back. Well, there you go, 48 pound 4 ounces of Ebro common carp. I was blown away yesterday. It was a PB common yesterday at 44. This one is obviously bigger, but it's also a PB full stop. So again, blown away, what a trip. Fantastic. There she goes. Whew. Chunk. Fantastic.
Right, if you can see behind me, Tom's into yet another carp on this fantastic trip. I'm just going to talk you through the hardware that you need and you get supplied for the trip. First of all, the pod. You get supplied with the pod. The only reason for the pod is the rock hard ground, far better than the bank sticks, much more sturdy. The rods are supplied, the alarms, backrests. Basically all you need to bring is your reels and your terminal tackle. Reels of your choice, as long as they hold enough line. 15, 16, 18 pound line's fine. Like I say, you've got to bring your terminal tackle. Lead sizes, 4 to 6 ounces I would suggest. If you bring the 4s, you can always double up on them should the flow pick up. That's about it really, everything else is supplied.
Well, this looks like it's going to be the last fish of the trip. 34 pound of a bar of gold there from the Ebro for Tom Maker. It's been absolutely fantastic. We've had 25 fish now between the 4 of us, and 14 of them have been over 30 pound, up to 48 pound. So we couldn't have asked for any more. The help we've had has been fantastic. The guiding's been fantastic. Obviously, a lot of you guys are going to want to know how you get out here. Colin Bunn runs the trips here for Catmaster Tours, and Colin will tell you exactly what you need to do. Colin.
All right. Yeah, all you need to do is contact us via the website or give us a call and we can arrange everything for you. Just turn up, all the tackle supplied pretty much, and come out and give us a try and see what you can catch.
Well, one thing I would like to do before we end this, Ash, if you could just come in the shop. Yeah. Come on, Ash, into shop.
Come on, Ash.
Right, we all need to give Ash a really big thank you because the man's been an absolute legend. Right, he really has helped us out on this trip. So, Ash, thanks very much, mate.
Cheers, Ash.
It's been an absolute pleasure, mate.
It's been a pleasure to meet all of you. Well done for all the
And you,
fishing.
mate. Cheers, Ash.
Hopefully we'll all be back again next year.